Hey, 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 good morning, everyone. Welcome to Talking Wellbeing TV. It is Peter and Sal here from Strong, Healthy Women. Talking Wellbeing TV is all about sharing hints, tips, and advice about the foundations of wellbeing. And today, it's an interesting little topic because I want to ask you a question. Are you a self-motivator, or you are someone who needs somebody else to help you? And this was inspired by the lovely Margaret, who is in our free group, Women Over 50 Get Active and Healthy. And she actually said, do you find yourself self-motivated or need a person to keep you motivated to exercise and work out? It's tough these days with the current situation that we're all in. And so she was just reaching out to see what everybody else does and how they handle that. Sal, do you want to tell us a little bit, firstly, are you a self-motivator, or do you need that, that somebody else to be there with you?
Self-motivator. I like to work
You're a
out by myself.
self-motivator? You
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I
mm-hmm.
like the solitude of just working out by myself, um, because I go in and I know what I want to get done. And for me, I'll be a little bit of a chatty box. I'll be chatty
Oh, if you're
instead
working
of
out with if you're working
working.
out when you're working out with someone else, you do the chatting as opposed to working out. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not
yeah,
uncommon too. Yeah, not
yeah.
uncommon. Okay, so let's wind it back then. You prefer to work out by yourself. Have you ever been through those stages where you can't get motivated to actually go and do the workout?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
You use every
And
excuse under the sun.
all right, and so how have you found what works for you? How do you find that if you're feeling unmotivated to get to a workout, um, how do you turn that around for yourself?
For me, it is just a matter of I am doing my workout at this time
Hmm.
and then just doing that workout, even if I don't feel like it. You know, I big believer in something is better than nothing. So even if I do my workout and it's, you know, 25% of effort, 50% effort, it's better than nothing. It's better than me not having have done it at all.
Yeah, okay. All right, great. I think for many of us, when it comes to working out, we put more effort in when we actually have other people around us or other people actually seeing us. They don't necessarily have to be in the same room, but when we know that there is somebody else there watching us or saying, come on, you can do more. So if you have a coach, I think we actually work out harder. I'm a self-motivator. I'm a little bit like you. And I know that for me, working out in a gym, some years back, I had a coach who thought that they were very motivating. They would stand in front of me as I was doing, maybe rows or something or other, and or squats, with the machines, and they would be, like really yelling at me and, push harder and rah, rah, rah. That does not motivate me at all. All that does is in my head go, if you don't get out of my face very soon, I'm going to actually politely ask you to get out of my face. So, um, yeah, that type of thing doesn't work for me. I am someone who will put the effort in um, as I'm going based on how I'm feeling, and I find it totally distracting having somebody else encourage me. That is me personally, but I know that for many ladies, like, we run fitness classes, so I know for many ladies, they want other people around, they need other people around. It is what actually motivates them to keep going, to get there in the first place. And so you'll either sit in one camp or the other. I don't think there's any middle ground here. and you'll know who you are. So you'll know if you're someone who gets up of a morning and go and does your workout, or whenever you do it, if you do it in the afternoon, you'll know that you're that person who will get it done. If you're not the person who just goes out and does it, then you'll know that you need somebody else around. So I wonder what the process is. So let's talk a little bit about, well, what's the process then if you know that you need somebody else to help you get this workout done? How do you go about finding that right person to help you? Is it your friend who does, or is it your family? Now, I know you've worked out with your family before, and you've already alluded to this, that you go into chatty mode.
Yes, especially with my
So,
sisters. Chatty, chatty, chatty.
yeah, yeah, with your sisters. And so they're probably not the ideal person to actually get you motivated.
No.
They might support you, but they're not your motivating factors. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think when you're looking for someone to help you motivate them, think about your friends. Are they those people who are just going to just be out there for the chat with you? And that's exactly what you're going to be doing. So be honest, but be really honest with yourself. Are you going to go in for the chat? Because if you're going in for the chat, but your real reason is that you want to improve your health, your well-being, and your fitness, then that person is not the right person for you. So you could go to group sessions. You've done group classes before, I know, Sal. You've done step and a few other bits and pieces like that. How do you find it in a group environment? Do you find that motivating, or do you find that distracting? How do you find that?
I do find it motivating if I don't know
Yeah.
anybody there. So then the focus is just me. I don't know anybody, so the focus is just completely on me. And you're watching and learning what is going on, and how to do different things. Yeah. But if I know, so my sister, Katie, she
Mm-hmm.
runs a few classes at a local gym here, and sometimes the family will go there, and of course we're all standing together and things will happen, and we're not
Yeah.
very coordinated, so then it's laughing and all that sort of stuff. But if I go and I don't know anybody, I'm a lot more motivated.
Yeah, look, I know for me personally as well too, going to a class by myself, I find inspiring to be around other people. And I'm definitely like you. I go by myself because then it is about me and I'm focused about me. It doesn't mean that I'm not social with the other people around me. I will chat to them and everything like that, say hello. But first and foremost, I know that if I went with a friend, then I'm going to get in a chatty mode as well too, and that we're going to stick together as opposed to splitting up and focusing on ourselves. And I think I really think that your workout needs to be that mind and body connection. So you need to be in your head at the same time you're in your body. So you need to be thinking about, whatever it is, whether you're doing a Zumba class or whether you're doing a step class or a pump class. It doesn't matter what it is, just as long as you are thinking about that movement that you are doing. So Leslie's actually said that she needs others to motivate her. And that, I would say that's probably around that 98% mark from what I know in the industry. And that's why I like exercise to be social. Yeah, totally. Thanks for sharing that with us, Leslie. Yeah, so then there's the other option, which is to go with a personal trainer as well too. So have you ever worked out with a personal trainer?
My sister, because my sister's a trainer as well. So, I
Yeah,
have worked out with her. And it was completely
different.
different environment, just with the one-on-one as opposed to
Yeah,
me doing her classes.
yeah.
So it was good.
Yeah, I think the distinct difference between classes and personal training is the fact that it is a, even though you're there to work out, there's more a fun environment associated with it. When you're there to do a personal training session, you're there to work out. You're really, really focused on what you want to achieve. So even though it's still probably fun, it's you're more in tune with what's happening. You're more focused on what it is you want to achieve. Not that you can't focus in group sessions, you can definitely focus in group sessions as well too.
But
So
you have
I
that
really like,
with your personal trainer, you have that person there who is reminding you during that
mhm.
session of what your goals are and what you're heading for.
Oh, yes, totally. And they're going to love you, but they're also going to call you out. They're going to give you that gentle kick up the backside if you need it, if you're not actually, doing what you need to do. I mean, I love our group sessions, our Fit Flex sessions that we run, because they're a group environment. So you've got that fun aspect of them, but you've also got that personal training aspect of it as well too, because we know what every single person is capable of doing. We know if they're slackening off, we know if they're getting distracted, we know if they're getting, losing their motivation. So we can definitely, give them a yell out and say, come on, you can do harder than that. But it's not that direct in your face. Let's get on with it as well too. So yeah, I really think that for most of us that we find motivation being around other people as opposed to being by ourselves. And that comes down to the person that you are as well too. I think, Sal, if you're that person who actually really enjoys your own company and just or you're that person who is that one who is always out and about, in that social environment, then that's going to tell you what type of training session you will probably gravitate to as well too. So, yeah, there's a little bit to think about there from a self-motivating perspective. I think, ladies, if you are in a situation where you're just not motivated right now, what I want you to do is just change up the energy in your body. So if you're just currently sitting on the seat, then I want you to, maybe just shift around on your seat, and do a little rock from side to side. You'll find how that energy flow in your body just changes right now. You might just wave your hands around or, do a little march or march your feet or something or other. That is all going to change your energy levels. That is all movement. So, and when you can change that energy level in the first place, then what it's going to do is it's probably going to give you that little bit of a push towards taking that first step into going into an exercise session. Would you agree with that, sir?
Yes, yeah. We find
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
one step leads to another step that leads to another step that leads to another step. So it's just
yeah,
always that
yeah,
first step that's going to get that moving.
yeah. Um, and we find that you'll either start in one area or the other, won't you, Sally? You'll either,
Mm.
okay, I'm going to start eating healthy, and then you start eating healthy, and that gives you the momentum then to exercise, or you'll start doing some type of exercise, and that will give you the momentum then to look at how you're eating and change your eating habits as well too. So, but it is all about just going, well, where am I at right now? Okay. And am I absolutely thrilled with where I'm at? Or am I just going, well, hang on, I want to change it? And if you want to change it, then it requires you to do something. And you're the person who needs to take that first step. So it does come down to you finding that motivation to take that first step. Now, you're never going to find that motivation. It is the action. So it is change the energy, take the action, and that will get you there. I also sell one of the things that I'm loving at the moment is like we've got new ladies coming in left, right, and centre in our free group, and it's just crazy, mind-boggling, isn't it? I remember when we first started this group, and it was like oh, when are we going to get to 100? And now it's just all crazy happening, which is
It
wonderful.
is.
Come on
Yeah.
in and join us, because we have a weekly challenge that goes up. We share a recipe every week. Yeah, and we just have a bit of fun and get to connect with you as well too. But I love that when these new ladies are coming in, have you noticed how they're all putting up photos of themselves? Have you noticed
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
So when we do the welcome, we go, tell us about yourself, share a little story. And all of a sudden we see this little photo pop up of someone. And then, they have their little story underneath it as well too. And I love that Angelina, she was the most recent person who's actually just popped up a little picture there. And she's, told us how old she is and how her weight has been, creeping on over the years. Hey, that's not unusual. It's just not unusual as we age, because we become less active. So we get less active, which means, the weight creeps on. So she's got a little, and she's got menopause is, just looming there as well too. So, and all about that menopause thing, because
Yep.
you're in it, I'm through it.
Yep.
But the thing that I loved about it is she said, here's what's going on with me. And then she went, but here's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But she also took it one step further and she went, here's my goal.
Yep.
And so her goal is to get back to horse riding.
Yeah.
What a great goal. She used to horse ride, when she was younger. And so she
Mm-hmm.
wants to have that feeling that she had when she was younger. I mean, there's nothing better. Like if you're a horse rider, there's nothing better than being on a horse and, just being out there in nature and the freedom that comes with it. It's just mind-boggling to the soul, and what it does. And it's quite a physical activity as well too. So the horse is doing a lot of work, but you're doing a bit of work as well too. But so she's gone. Yeah, you're going to say something?
I was just going to say the thing that I love that it wasn't a number goal, so it wasn't a number to her. It was a physical, actual
Huh.
thing. It wasn't about the scales. It wasn't about the body fat. It wasn't about anything. Her goal is about getting back to the thing that she loved, which I think is
Yeah,
wonderful. A goal doesn't always have to
yeah.
be a number.
No, and the goal as a number is a great defining goal. It's a great starting point for you. And we always say this all the time, don't we, Sal? It's about why. Why do you want to do it? Like you've got to have something that compels you forward. You've got to have, well, what is it in the future that I'm working towards? So at first you might go, well, I want to drop 5 kilos, 10 kilos, 20 kilos, whatever it is. And that's great that you've got that goal. But when you achieve that, what is it at the end of the rainbow? What's that pot at the end of the rainbow that you're going, what is it that I want to do? I love skiing, and which is really odd that being a Queensland girl and not having any snow. But it is the most exhilarating thing that I have ever done. Oh, I mean, there are other things, but it is one of those things that I took up later in life. I was in my 40s, and it's so physical, but it's such this marvelous connection, and there's this great freedom, and I want to keep doing that. I have spoken to people on ski mountains and lifts all around the world over the years, and what I love is the 80 and 90-year-olds that I'm seeing out there, like still skiing. That's amazing, and I want to be that person. Um, and I remember talking to this dad and his son one night, and the son said, Dad loves skiing. He can still ski. And Dad said, yeah, I can, but I can't get my boots done up anymore. They're too hard. And he said, and the son said, yeah, and I'm now doing up my Dad's boots. He used to do up my boots, and now I do up his boots for him. So, and I love that. That was just a father and son moment. Beautiful. And yeah, it's a great memory that has just stuck in my head. I just want to be that person. Are my sons listening to this? I hope they are. They turned 41 today. Happy birthday, boys. I have twins. Um, And I hope they're listening so that they can come skiing with me and still clip up my boots when I'm 90 if I can't do it myself. So there we have it. Sel, do you have that motivating thing like Angelina had? That thing that you want to do?
No, I just want to keep moving. I don't have one particular thing. I just want to keep being able to move and not recognize that I'm 51 or 50.
Right. Okay. So
I want to know that I want to keep moving, because at the moment, the numbers may say I'm 50, but I feel like I'm 39, 35, 39, 40. I don't feel
yeah.
50. And that's what I want to continue. When I'm 70, I don't want to feel 70. I don't want to
Hmm.
I want to feel 50. I still want to feel
Yeah.
young.
And that means
That's my goal. Yeah.
yeah, to feel young. Beautiful. And I think
Yeah.
that's a goal for everybody, isn't it? To feel healthy,
Yeah.
feel young. Um,
Yeah.
and then what is behind that as well too? And that's a whole other story. And it's something that we've been talking about with our insiders during the 28-day Field Up transformation. So Tanya is a ditto on that. It's just come through there. Yes, Tanya wants to keep moving. We did see that was your goal in the 28
Yeah.
days. So thanks for joining us, Tanya and Leslie. Yes, so ladies, so the question is for you today. Post below, let us know if you are a self-motivator or whether you need someone around you to get you motivated, and just who that person is. Is it that you're going to a gym, or is it that you've got a group trainer or a personal trainer, or is it that you find motivation with your family and friends doing things? Yeah, and just really think about what is that thing that you want to keep doing in 5 years, 10 years. What's that future look like for you? And I'm going to leave it on that note. Thanks for joining me today, Sal.
Thank you for having me. As always, happy Monday, peoples, and have a wonderful week.
Happy Thank you. And you have a wonderful week too. Thanks for joining us, ladies. We have put a link up if you want to join us in Women Over 50, Get Active and Healthy. If you duck in there now, this week's challenge will be up in precisely 19 minutes as of now. And so you can check out what this week's challenge is. They're nice, simple challenges, very small. So you can join us in this week's challenge over in Women Over 50, Get Active and Healthy. See you all soon.
Awesome.
Bye, Sal.
Bye. Bye, Peter. Bye.
Bye.